Hello and welcome to Evo India. As you all know, Ather has just turned 10 years old. And how do you celebrate a company turning 10 years old? Well, the best way to do it is to celebrate the product that put you in the automotive map in the first place. That is the Ather 450X, which, as you all know, recently got an update with new switchgear and a few features here and there. So Ather's solution to a celebration of 10 years is this, the Ather 450 Apex. Now this is the peak of this Ather 450X platform. It's what the final iteration of this platform is going to be, and this is a result of a lot of feedback from its customer base. So what exactly has Ather done here? Well, you have more power, you have a new exciting feature which is called Magic Twist, which is a new take on regen, and you also have this really cool bold styling.
All this for rupees 1.89 lakh ex showroom.
This is without FAME because Ather chooses not to opt for FAME for this particular scooter. So that is the new Ather 450 Apex. As you can see, Ather hasn't really messed with the 450X formula. So this essentially is the Ather 450X with certain upgrades and updates. So the silhouette is exactly that of the 450X, but what you do see is a striking new color. Now this is called the Yin Min Blue. So now this is not some Chinese name. This is actually the combination of the colors that has been used. So that's yttrium, iridium and manganese. And as you can see, this has a nice blue sheen to it. Ather tells us that this pigment, this particular color pigment, was developed and discovered in 2009 by a certain professor, and that's what they have opted to use on the 450X. And as you can see, it's accented by a beautiful orange color. So now this is the only color this Apex is going to be available in, and this Apex is a special edition, so it will be produced only till around October. They don't have plans for making any other color. If the demand is really high and if the demand for a specific color choice is there, Ather might consider it, but as it stands, this is the only color that you can get. And if you see the wheels, it's finished in a nice orange. Your Ather 450 Apex branding is also finished in this orange over here. And what's probably the most interesting part of this design is these side panels. On both sides, you have what is sort of a transparent side panel that exposes the orange subframe. So the frame has also been finished in orange for this one, and you have this Yin Min Blue-ish transparent panel that showcases everything you have to see inside. Apart from that, the design of the scooter remains unchanged. So you have the same 7-inch touchscreen, you have the new switchgear that first debuted on the 450S and then trickled onto the 450X as well. So the one with the joystick and the new layout for the buttons, and that's about it. So it retains that funky Ather styling that we all love, but it also fuses this nice modern bright color scheme. What do you think about the paint scheme of this Ather 450 Apex? Do let me know in the comment section down below. Now Ather, they set up a really nice ride for us where we rode this Apex in the night, and the track they had lit up in all different colors that this Apex uses. It was quite a nice experience to ride, and even to look at the scooter being ridden in the night in this particular color scheme and how the light hits all the panels, especially this see-through panel, it's quite exciting. Now the design of the Apex is not the only thing that makes it special. Ather has also given it a bump in performance. So the previous output of 6.4 kilowatts from the motor has now gone up to 7. What that allows Ather to do is bump the top speed up from 90 to 100 kmph. Now if you know, that 100 kmph figure is something that all the customers or want to be buyers of the Ather 450 series have asked for and demanded for a long time. Ather has finally given in, and this scooter can now do 100 kmph, at least on the speedo. Now the increase in power has not only improved the top speed to 100 from 90 kmph, the 0 to 40 time has also gone down from 3.3 seconds on the Ather 450X to now 2.9 seconds. Now we're riding it out at a go-kart track right now, so we don't really have the room to test whether or not this can actually do 100, but in the short straight that is there over here, me with my weight managed to clock 87 kilometers per hour before I had to brake hard. Now bear in mind, this is the same track where we tested the Ultraviolet, and on that bike I got to around 95, 97 before I had to brake. Now to harness the new performance, Ather has given this a new mode. It's called Warp Plus, and on this scooter Ather has done away with the standard Warp mode, and what you get is the Warp Plus mode. And the first thought that comes to my mind when I ride this bike is just how much better the mid-range performance of the scooter is. Now this doesn't really have an engine that spins up and spins down like a traditional ICE engine, so I don't know if mid-range is the right word to use, but the punch that you get coming out of a corner is really something. Like, you can really get on the gas and it'll dart out of a corner, and it really gives you that jolt when you get on the gas, and that jolt, it doesn't stay just till 40-50 kilometers per hour now. That threshold has gone up a little more, so 60-70 kilometers per hour, and you get on the gas and it'll still give you a little bit of an exciting feel to the throttle response. So that is quite nice. Now, like I said, we rode this exclusively on the go-kart track, so that experience has been quite fun. The ride and handling package of this Apex is the same as the 450X, and that's a great thing. We really love the Ather 450X for the way it handles, and the only real shortcoming of the Ather 450's package is the suspension for the streets. It's a little stiff, but on the flip side of that, you get really great handling. This again is one of the scooters that you'll have an absolute blast on the go-kart track, and that's exactly what we did too. Now, another new aspect of performance that Ather has added with this 450 Apex is something they're calling Magic Twist. And Ather is trying to make it very clear that this is not just an ordinary regen system. Now, Ather has had regen for a while. With the 450S, we also got coasting regen, where you just get off the throttle and it starts to coast and regen. But what Ather is trying to accomplish with the Magic Twist is trying to eliminate the need for using their brakes for most riding scenarios. Ather's long-term target is to eliminate the brakes for 100% of any possible braking scenario. As of right now, they feel confident in claiming that 75% of your braking scenarios can be handled using the Magic Twist regen alone. Now, how does this work? It essentially has a negative throttle. So as soon as your throttle is in resting position, if you turn it forward towards the brake lever is when you are engaging the regen system, and it works quite nicely, but there is a small caveat to that. Now, we're out on the track and you want to either be hard on the brakes or hard on the gas. But what Ather has done is to calibrate this in such a way that you get granular control over the regen, and that sort of robs you of the immediacy of braking that you need, especially when you're riding hard. Now, credit where it's due, Ather did mention that this Magic Twist is something that should be implemented in the city, not when you're riding hard in the twisties or in a go-kart track like we were. So performance is really impressive. The gains actually make a meaningful change in your riding experience. The duration of power also is very well controlled with the thermals of the scooter. Magic Twist is something that will work well, knowing that you know where to use it and where not to use it. And on the whole, this is a really impressive package. Now, whether or not this actually does hit 100 on the speedo, which I feel confident that it will, is something I'm really looking forward to finding out in our proper road test review. Now, in terms of the battery, this retains the same 3.7 kilowatt-hour battery that we see on the Ather 450X or even on the bigger range Ather 450S. But now, according to Ather, the range figures have gone up. Despite the higher output motor, you still get 157 kilometers of claimed range, which is up by around 7 kilometers. But there is a caveat there as well. If you're riding it in warp mode, you will not get that range figure. You won't get the real world range figure of that as well. That will go below the 450X. Ather says that if you use the Magic Twist feature a lot and like it's intended to be used in the city, you can get a lot of the range back in the battery. Now, that will be verified with a proper road test review, but as it stands, this Magic Twist feature is interesting, and what Ather has done with the thermals of the scooter is again quite impressive, because I could put in 5-6 continuous laps at the go-kart track and I didn't feel much duration of power. Towards the last 2 laps, maybe there was a little bit of duration of power, but again, it never once kicked me out of WAP Plus mode. And Ather also claims that the WAP Plus mode should work till you have around 20% SOC left, but around 40-50% SOC, and you will feel a little duration of performance. So on the whole, the performance gains are great, and whether or not it hits 100 on the road is something I'm looking forward to finding out during our road test. Now, like I said, the Ather 450X is going to be the final hurrah for this platform. It's as far as Ather is willing to push this platform in terms of performance and handling, and that I feel is a good thing. So, is this the best iteration of the 450X, and is this worthy of being the apex that it claims it is and the final hurrah of that platform? In my opinion, yes. Ather has pushed the envelope in all the right places. They've given it more performance. They have answered a lot of the demands of the clients. It looks great. It's always been the best handler, and it remains to be the best handler. And you're paying rupees
1.89 lakh ex-showroom.
Ather claims that they've not applied for FAME subsidy and they didn't even want to, and this is going to be a limited run bike. It's not going to be a numbered run. It will be produced till October, which is around 1 year after they finish 10 years.
All this for rupees 1.89 lakh.
Ex-showroom, you're getting the scooter, you're getting a 750 watt charger, you're also getting a color matched helmet which is painted in 14 different shades to match this color, and you're also getting TPMS. Now, if my calculations are correct, the 450X AX top end with the Pro Pack with all the features unlocked. Ex-showroom without fame is around 1.8 lakh ex-showroom thereabouts.
For around rupees 10,000 more, you're getting more performance, the new Magic Twist feature, and also TPMS as standard fitment.
For that, I feel this is quite the value for money, and for that design alone, I wouldn't mind spending the extra money. Now, what do you think of the Ather 50 Apex? Do let me know in the comment section down below, and thank you for watching.